I'm here. Had a few technical difficulties trying to get on my page, and it was a little different. I have a test page that I do with my upline that I've been practicing, and it's a little different on my business page, so she had to walk me through that. So hello. I am glad you are all here for my very first Facebook Live. I am excited. I have been wanting to do this, and a fear just kind of set in, and it just put me back, and I am here, and I am going to do this. So hi Barb, I'm so glad that you are here. Yes, so we will see how this goes. I'm excited, and this is all live, so it is what it is, and we will just see what happens. I'm just making sure that I have everything set up on my iPad here so that I can see comments come in. So that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. And Kelly is here. So hi, Kelly. Okay. Well, I'm just going to kind of chill out here for a little bit as people are coming on. It has just been a yucky winter here in the Midwest. Not loving the snow at all. I am ready for it to just all melt and go away. I am beyond done. I am not a winter person. I don't do any outdoor activities, skiing, fishing, none of that stuff. So anyway, I just am hunkering down in my stamp room, and that is about my gist of winter. Hi Amy, Angela, nice to have you here for my first Facebook Live. I'm very excited. I was a little nervous today. I practiced all day, and it's going to be good. The last hour I've been feeling a little better. Hi Rose. Nice to have you here. So I have, matter of fact, my daughter just called me a little bit ago, and she was all, "Are you ready, Mom?" and giving me some pointers and different things. And I told her that I'm going to do this one video at a time. So I do have some fun things coming up in the next couple months, I should say. So we're just going to kind of go with this. And for those of you that know me, this is totally out of my comfort zone, and my upline challenged us to do a Facebook Live, and I thought, oh, that's not too bad, just being in front of our team. And I thought, okay, so now I'm out here in front of everybody, and I am a little nervous, but I am just going to put that nervousness aside, and I am looking forward to spending some time with you. So I'm just going to take a peek at my notes to make sure I'm not missing anything. First of all, I want you to share my video. I'm hoping, hi Marsha, that we can get this video out, and I will be doing some prizes. So when you leave a comment, when you share, and when you place an order, I will be drawing some names for that. So thank you for sharing. Sharing is caring, and I appreciate it very, very much. So thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your evening to see what's going on here in Kathy's Stamping Studio. So just a little bit, I did redo my stamp room, and I was just telling my daughter, she lives in Milwaukee, and if you can see my cabinet in the back, I have my big IKEA shelving unit. and I still need to get a few pieces for that yet. I need to get some drawers and some doors. So anyway, once I get everything all done, I will give you guys a tour of my room. I just feel that it's just not ready for me to do that yet. I do have everything all kind of organized, my kind of organization. And so yes, so it will, I will do that hopefully within the next couple months here, because I love sharing, and I also love hearing how you guys organize your stamp stuff too. So yes. So I am going to start by, for those of you that are not familiar with, that we have a discount shopper kit available right now. And for $99, you can pick out $175 worth of product for only $99 plus tax. Stampin' Up takes care of the shipping. And for $129, you can do the same, $175 worth of stuff, and you get this gorgeous, I hope everybody can see this really good, this gorgeous craft and carry tote. This is so nice. It is made, the durable canvas, it's just very nice. I don't know if you can see everything, but I have a paper trimmer, I have my punch board, I have catalogs, cardstock, and there's just different little pockets in the front here. There's a zipper to put some stuff. So this is my favorite bag, and you can only get this by purchasing the discount shopper kit. So that is $129, and you have until the end of March to take advantage of that. Hello, Amanda. How are you? So with that, let's see. Yes, celebration goes through the end of March, so you have until March 31st. Lots of cool products still left. So yes, okay, so now I think if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I'm monitoring everything on my iPad here, so hopefully I will catch you. And I'm just noticing right now I need to train myself to look at the camera. I feel like I'm looking at the screen, so I apologize, and I'm just gonna apologize right now. I'm trying my best, and I'll see how it goes. So I hope that it doesn't get too buggy for you guys, but I'm trying now to focus. Focus is the thing. Maybe I need a glass of wine. That's what I should have. The next time I'll have wine, and then it'll be better, right? Because everything is better with wine. Okay, so I am going to flip the camera, and then we are going to move on to our stamping projects. And Amanda, yes, at the end I will have my link on a note here, and everything will be here, so I will have that for you afterwards. So okay, so here we go, and my goal in flipping the camera is to keep my hands away from the camera, because my hand it's like there's glue there, and that's where it wants to go. But I'm gonna tell it that it can't go by the camera. So anyway, haha. Hi Patty, nice to have you here. So I am going to flip the camera, and then we will get stamping. Okay, look at that. I think I did it. I hope I didn't have my hands in the way. Woohoo! Okay, all right. So let's see if I can do this here. Okay, so my first project, let me get my little bin over here. Everything's all packed up here. Okay, so card number 1, everything all situated. Okay. All right, so let me get all my little pieces here. And over there. Okay. Okay. All right, so let me get my sheet with all my measurements. Okay, so for this card, we are starting with a sheet, a basic gray cardstock that measures 7.5 inches by 5.5. And you're gonna score that at 4 1/4. Okay? And you always wanna use a bone folder and really burnish the edge. Okay, so there's that piece. And then our next one is a piece of Whisper White, 5 1/4 by 4, and that is for the inside. And our next layer is our Petal Pink, which is 5 1/4 by 3 inches. And then we have Soft Seafoam, and we have 2 pieces that are 3.5 by 3.5. And then we have a piece of Petal Pink that measures 3 by 3, a piece of Basic Gray that measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and then I just have a few scraps here. So I have some Petal Pink, some Soft Seafoam, and some white. Okay, so now we are going to get a few more things out here. Get all my ink pads ready to go. Hi Denise, and hi Cindy. Sandy Triplet is here. I'm going to be seeing Sandy in Minneapolis in a couple, well, maybe about a month. About a month I think we have coming up. We'll be at On Stage in Minneapolis. Hi Bernie. Okay, so I have all my ink pads here and all my scraps. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is I always like stamping my inside first, and then that way I know that it's done and out of the way. And I'm going to do and this is coming from Wonderful Romance bundle. It is in the Occasions catalog on page 11. So we are using the stamp set and the framelits. So we are going to stamp the inside sentiment, "You are the best thing I never knew I needed." I'm going to stamp that in the Basic Gray. And I'm going to stamp that right there. And then I am going to stamp this little leafy image in Soft Seafoam. And I'm just going to put that up in the corner. Usually when I decorate my cards, I always love decorating the inside, putting something on, whether it be the bottom or the corner. And this one, with my fold here, I wanted it to, so when I put that all in place, you'll see a little bit of that leaf showing. Okay, and then I'm going to get my liquid glue, and I'm going to put that on. I am a liquid glue girl. I am just finding it's easier, and I like that I have a little bit of wiggle room. Hi Linda, thank you for joining me tonight. And look at, I think I got a little smudge on there, so look at, who knows what I did to my hand. Anyway, that's just an oops, but that'll be okay. This is live and it is what it is, right? Okay, so after that, then what we are going to do is we are going to take our Petal Pink layer, that's 5 1/4 by 3, and we are going to run that through the lace embossing folder. I love, love, love this folder. This is in the Occasions catalog. It is $10 and it is absolutely beautiful. If you don't have it, you need to get it. Okay, and through the magic of TV, I have that all done for you right here. Isn't it pretty? Can you see the texture and how nice? I just love it. And what's nice with this is you can use either side. So whichever side you think you like, you just go ahead with that. And I'm going to use the debossed side instead of the embossed side and put that on my card like that. Okay, and with the liquid glue, I always like just kind of putting a little bit of pressure on to make sure that it stays down. So we have that, and then got the inside done. So then our next layer is our soft seafoam, and we are going to put the petal pink layer is going to go right on top of that. So we're just going to glue that on. I don't really put a ton of liquid glue on. I have learned through the years that less is best. So I got that there. And then I'm going to take my gray square and I'm going to run that through the embossing through the Big Shot with the layering squares framelit. And through the magic of TV, there we go. Hi, Lisa. Lisa is a new member of my team that just joined on Saturday. Glad to have you here. And then we're just gonna glue that in there like that. Just make sure that it's straight. Like I said, the liquid glue gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, so that's good. So now we're gonna set that aside, and then we up our big flower. Love, love, love this. And I am not very much of a coloring girl. I do like our blends and I use them for markers. I am getting better at blending, but I just don't do enough of it yet. When I was doing this card, I thought, okay, there's really going to be a lot of coloring on here, and I just was not wanting to do that. So I thought I am going to stamp on colored cardstock. Okay, so then I'm just going to stamp this on my soft seafoam. Press down really hard so I get a really good image. And notice that I use a piercing mat. Of course, you always need to use them with the photopolymer stamps. I use them for everything. This is just always here. I use it for all my stamps. It just really leaves a really nice impression, and that's just what I prefer to do. So anyway, so we have that, and then we are going to run that through the Big Shot and die cut that, and through the magic of TV, I have one already die cut. And I just want to show you how beautiful, beautiful these framelits are. They're just so pretty. I just love them. I love doing the sentiment stamp or cutting the circle out there, the little oval, all the leaves. So many pretty framelits to go with that set, and there's a lot. And if you've noticed, what I do with my framelits is when I get them from Stampin' Up, they come in this beautiful, beautiful, yes, Kelly, I did plug my phone in. The very nice, heavy, durable plastic. And what I do is I just put it on a magnetic sheet so that I know that they're not just all kind of flopping around in there. I like how they stand there. And then that way I know if I'm missing any. So love, love, love them. Okay, so let's move on here. So we have this all cut out. So now what we are going to do is we are going to pop this up with on some dimensionals. And as the people that stamp with me know that I cut my dimensionals Well, tonight I'm not cutting them, but I do that just to save because it just kind of makes the dimensionals go a little further. So I'm going to pop this up. And then, look at here, I'm just throwing these around. Okay, I'm gonna pop this up right on there like that. And then on our little petal pink scrap, I am going to stamp this real tiny flower in petal pink, and then I'm going to cut them out with the framelits. And here is a tip that I learned at my last card buffet when using these real small dies. And these are the dies right here that cut out these little tiny circles. And I remember trying to get them on there. You put them on the magnetic plate, you get one on there just right, and then the other one moves, and it just can be a nightmare. So anyway, I thought I had to make up a card where I used this, this set, and I had to make up multiples, and it was driving me crazy. And then I thought, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. So what I did is I cut them apart, and then I put them on my magnetic plate and ran them through the Big Shot, and boy, what a difference. So anytime you have anything real little, and I love, love, love that Stampin' Up! Is making several of one framelit to put in there so you can cut out multiples at a time. So that has been wonderful. And then through the magic of TV, I have these cute, cutie patootie little flowers here. Okay, so what we're gonna do with those is we are going to pop them up with a little mini dimensional, and these are fun too. You gotta love these little guys. This was the best thing that Stampin' Up! Came with in their new catalog, was these mini dimensionals. I just love them. Okay, and then we're going to take the backing off, and then I'm just going to place them on my card. Let's see here. Right there. I'm actually putting them in the center of the big flower that's on my green layer here. Okay, and there is that one, and get that one out of there. We don't want that on there. Okay, and then we are going to take our pearls. Hi, Sarah. Glad you could be here. So we're going to take a pearl, and I'm just going to put that in the center of each of my little flowers, just like that. Okay, and then we have this piece all ready to go on the front of our card. Okay, so with the way this fold is, I'm going to put dimensionals on the back. And you want to pay close attention that when you open it, you want to make sure that you're not putting dimensionals on the right side of your front layers, because then it's going to stick and it's not going to open. Okay, so what I did is I just kind of laid it so I kind of knew where it was going to be, and then I put my dimensionals on. Remember, I can't go on the right side, so I'm keeping them. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, and we're going to say that looks good right there. Okay. I really like these colors. When I did this card, I was thinking, you know, I'm just ready for some really soft pastel colors, and these two just caught my eye. Okay, there, isn't that pretty? It is so pretty. Okay, then what we are going to do is we are going to use the 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and we are going to punch a circle from our basic gray, just from scraps. We have that. And then I have a circle framelit that I'm cutting out from the layering circles, and that is going next. And through the magic of TV, I already have that all die cut. Save a little time here so I don't have to watch me run things through the Big Shot. Okay, so there's our little circles. I love layers. When I do cards, very, very seldom will you see me do a simple card. I've been trying to, but I just really have a hard time because I just really like lots of layers. And then we're going to do the same, or we are going to stamp the sentiment, thinking of you. Here, I'll just do it on here, but I did, through the magic of TV, I did that one too. Getting ahead of myself here. So stamping on the scrap, and then voila, through the magic of TV, run it through with the scallop circle. Okay, and then I'm going to glue that onto my circle that fell over there. Okay, and we have that. Okay, so I'm going to attach this to the front of the card also with a dimensional. And with this one, what I did is I put my dimensional right on my square layers here, so that when I peel it off, then it will be where it's supposed to be. I did it when I did the first one, it was all off. So anyway, that's just a bunch of rambling, sorry. So we're gonna go like that, and then I'm gonna stick another one just right underneath, just to kind of hold that in there. And there is my card. Isn't it pretty? I just love, love, love it. So, does anybody have any questions? Any questions? Looks like everybody's all doing good. So, what has everybody got going on this weekend? Anything fun? I have a card buffet with Kelly and Nina, and I am very excited for that. I always love, love, love doing events with Kelly. She is so much fun. And what else? Does anybody have any exciting plans for the weekend? Oh, and look at, okay, I am not done with my card, because look at what I forgot to do. Look at me. I had my little bow thing there. I forgot to put the bow on. So let's do that, because we can't have a flower without a little bow. Okay, so I am using a little bow maker that I have here. One of my customers, her husband, needs something to keep him busy, and she likes to send him out in the wood shop to make bow makers for Kathy. So anyway, so they made this for me, and I love it. If you're not familiar with using the bow makers, I really recommend them, because they work really, really well. I cannot make any bows by hand. I can't do the bunny things. They just don't turn out. They're lopsided, so I'm using my bow maker. So those of you that are not familiar with a bow maker, I'm just going to show you real quick. you're going to, I call this the Cancer symbol. So we're going to start by making the Cancer symbol, and then we're going to take the left tail, swing it around, and then bring it to the front, and then you're just going to tie a knot. It's very, very simple, and you get a perfect bow every time and not no goofy kittywampus one if I didn't have my little bow maker. And then I'm going to snip the tails. Okay, and then I'm going to use my mini glue dot. If you've noticed, I have my mini glue dots on a roll and I have a little ribbon around it. Let me tell you why I have that on here. I've been teaching card classes for quite a long time, and I just noticed that when I don't, or before I found out about this trick, I was getting mini glue dots all over everywhere because you're pulling and they're just everywhere and they stick on to everything. So what you do is you just tie a little ribbon around, and then as you need the next one, you just roll, and then the next one is there, and it's not going to get all crazy on you. So then we are going to put our little bow right here, and look at that. That just totally finished it off by having that bow on there, right? And I see my daughter, Shauna, hi Shauna, is online. I made this card for a swap, and she happened to be home for a few days, and with her living in Milwaukee, she doesn't get to help me as much as she used to before she went to school. So I put her to work, and let me tell you, I had her big shotting, she was embossing, she was die cutting. I just put that girl to work. I thought, you're coming home, I'm putting you to work. So she helped me make this for a swap, and I just thought it was such a pretty card that I just wanted to share it with you because I really like it. Okay, so let me get my stuff cleaned up here, and then we will move on to our next card. Because I need that. Okay, how's everybody doing? Are we hanging in there? Okay, so here we are with card number 2. Okay, for this card, we are using the stamp set Share or Love What You Do. And the designer series paper that we're using is What You Share What You Love Specialty Designer Series paper. Sorry, stumbled on that. When that paper came out in the new catalog, it was a pre-order for us, and I just could not get enough of it. And I looked, and I have like 3 packs of it. So I'm thinking I'm going to be doing a lot with this paper because it's so pretty. And the specialty designer paper is very, very thick. It is a really, really nice designer series paper. And getting everything set up here. And this I need. Okay. All right. So here we go for the next card. Okay, so I did not come up with this fun fold, but I got this from my upline, Kelly. She found this someplace and had an amazing card, and I loved it, and I thought, I am doing this. I like it how it's something different and it's not your typical fold. So This is our DSP paper, and we are starting with a piece of 12 by 4 designer series paper, and we are scoring it at 1 inch, 4 1/4, and 9 1/2. Okay, so that's going to be your first layer. And then we have our card base, which is Old Olive, and this is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And then our inside white layer, Whisper White, is 5 inches by 3 3/4. Hi, Katie. Oh, and Lisa, my sister-in-law Lisa is online. Hi, Lisa. I get to see her this weekend. Looking very forward to spending some time with them. I haven't seen them since Christmas, and I'm actually very, very sad about that. So thank you for everybody that's sharing my video. That's what I want you to do. Share, share, share. Thank you so much. And now we are going to start stamping. So here we go. I like doing my inside first. So this card, I am not putting a sentiment in the inside. With the message I have on the outside, it's more or less a card that you can kind of write your own thing in. So we are going to stamp the flower and a black memento. And sometimes what I find, and not always, but sometimes I feel like I get better ink coverage when I take my ink pad directly to my stamp. Sometimes it just seems to work a little better, and then I can see that I really have everything. Just sometimes, I don't do it all the time. And then I'm just going to stamp in the lower left-hand corner. Just going to get that on there like that. And I always want to put a little bit of pressure on and just make sure there's enough time to let the ink soak in. Sometimes you pick up too hard and then the ink doesn't have a chance to get onto the paper. So we have that, and then you want to make sure when you're working with Memento ink that you cover up your ink pad right away so that it does not dry out, because you don't want to have dry ink pads. Okay, then we are going to use our rich razzleberry, and that's just going to be for our little flower bud that we have here. That's going to go in the middle, or whatever this little thing is called. And I'm going to stamp that on all 3 of these flowers. All my ink pads are all nice and juicy. I had a couple that were really dry, and I had to flip paper over 2 and 3 times, so I thought it was time to juice them up. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to set that aside and cover this up because we're done with that, so I don't get inky fingers. And then, let's see here. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and I'm going to glue that to the inside of my card with my glue. And it's just going to go right in between the score marks there. And the fold on this card is just so pretty that what's nice about this is you're using both sides of the designer series paper. And so when you have the front, you're seeing both sides right away. Love, love, love that. And these colors are just some more nice and bright colors. So now we are going to glue. Oh, and one thing I forgot to tell you is with this, you have to be careful that when you're doing your scoring, that you're making sure that the pattern is the way you want it, because you don't want to have it where it's like this, because I don't like upside down flowers. We want them this way. So always make sure when you're scoring your paper that you have your paper going the right direction. Okay, so then we're going to put a little bit of glue on the back of this. And we are going to attach this to our Old Olive layer here. Just kind of hold down to make sure that it's nice and nice and tight in there so that it stays and doesn't lift up. Okay, so we have that going on. Isn't that cute? Okay, then we're going to do our little circle thing for in the front, little medallion we could maybe call it. I am taking our Starburst punch and I am going to punch that from a scrap of rich razzleberry. Okay, and set that aside. And then on a scrap of white, I am going to stamp here's my rich razzleberry. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. You know, this would just be a perfect card to just send to someone who's just needs to know that you have their back. And I just think it's a nice card, even just for, I would send this to anybody with the winter that we're having here. I think anybody would love to receive this card. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to punch this out with my 2-inch circle punch. Just like that. Okay. Oh, hi, Kelly. Kelly from Iowa. She came to our card buffet a few months ago, or last month she did, all the way from Iowa. I was so happy to see you on here. That's very nice. Thank you. And I will be seeing you in Minneapolis. Okay. So now I want to add this little leaf on here, and why I decided to stamp this after I punch this is because then I know exactly where it's going to go and it's not going to go off the paper. Because just ask me why I know this, because I've done that many times and I've just decided that this is the easiest to punch it out and then add the little leaf on there. Okay, so then we're going to take that and we're going to put some glue on there and layer that on our Starburst layer here. Okay, and yay, that is done. Okay, so now that we have all of our stamping done, what we are going to do is we are going to tie some ribbon around our little 1-inch flap here. And I'm going to do that. You want to do that before you put your sentiment on there so that it gets underneath. So I'm just going to snip her right there. And then I want this with my sentiment, I'm going to put over on the right. So I'm going to tie my little, and I'm just doing a knot, I'm not doing a bow. Just going to do a little knot over on the left side here. Oops. Okay, my fingers want to go in a direction that I don't want them to go. Okay, see, my ribbon's twisting. Can have ribbon twisting. Try this again. Okay. Okay, and tie that around, and there's my little knot, and I'm just going to snip the ends. Okay. So that's all done. Now I'm going to put, I'm lucky to have a friend like you in on the front here. Okay, and what I'm going to do here, a tip for putting your dimensionals on, is I am going to put my dimensional right on this 1-inch flap right here so that I don't put it on here, get it too high, and then it sticks to the top or the bottom. And I'm gonna put 2 on just for good measure. Gonna go there and there, and take our little backing off and stick this right on there like that. There, isn't that cute? I love the different fold, and who would not wanna receive, I would love to have this card. Love, 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 and your recipient is gonna love it even more because it is just, it's different. So there you have it. Those are my projects that I have for tonight. And let's see, I have my store. You can visit my kathymiller.stampinup.net. Click on shop now, and you can purchase all your products that you need right there. And I have a host code. If you use this host code, if your order is $150 or under $150, you want to use this host code. If you have a list and it's over $150, then you will get your own rewards. But if you have an order that's over $150, I think you need to seriously consider the discount shopper kit, because that is the way to go. $175 worth of product for $99 plus tax, no shipping. Stampin' Up takes care of that. Or get that beautiful tote that I showed you for $129. So you want to do that. And remember, everybody that comments and shares, anybody that places an order, I will be putting your name in for a prize, and I will pick those this week, and I will announce those at on my next Facebook Live. So next Wednesday, March 6th, I will be here again at 6:30 for some more stamping fun, and we are going to be making a cute card and a matching box. So if anybody has any questions, that's all I have. So thank you so much for being here and participating in my very first Facebook Live. Knowing that a lot of you have my back, I'm kind of feeling a little better, and probably next week will be better yet. So thank you very, very much. If you have any questions, let me know. I will be going through in case if I missed any comments, because sometimes I get concentrating on my projects that I may have missed some. So I will go back and check that. But please join me next Wednesday right here at Cards and More with Kathy at 6:30, and we will make some more cards. Thank you very much, and you guys have a rockin' weekend. Bye-bye.